always begin by go ahead and getting the module sort of pushed in there a little bit. Can already tell the fit is going to be very nice, as it ought to be. And I've set it up with our 40-30 die, so it's, as I've said before in videos, and I'll say again and again and again, you never want to use anything to install a bearing that pushes on the inner race, unless you're installing it on a shaft. When you're installing it into a bore where the outer race is what is going to be being held captive, you want to push on the outer race. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing just hand started just like that, and I'm going to go ahead and press it in. And we got a really nice, just even drag, you know. And you know what you can also do? I'm not going to do it for this video, but when you get it just pressed in there where that first bearing is completely contained within the frame, so you know the frame's influence is now on it. If you have any questions about how the frame is and you don't have the measuring equipment and all that, you can actually take it apart right now, take the press out, and while the module's in there, and reach through from the other side and feel the bearing with your finger, and you're going to get a really good indication of what your final outcome is going to be once it's pressed all the way in. So, I don't know. There's little intermediate checks that you can do. All right. So at this point, I can just push it straight through to the other side. What I'm going to do, and a lot of guys at this point, they're like, home free. They're just going to put it like this, and they're going to tighten it down, and they're going to keep driving. No. We're not going to do that. We're going to do what's called our mid-drive inspection, and ad nauseum. I do this stuff all the time. I'm going to show you that in just a sec. All right, so for our mid-drive inspection, you see there's like a lip inside of here. What you don't want is you don't want the module to get stuck on that lip, and then you start trying to press it through, and the module is actually crashed up against the inside of the frame, like there. See that? That would be bad. You want to actually feed it all the way over and start it by hand, and then check all the way around to make sure that the nose of the module is clear and actually coming through the frame cleanly. All right, let's keep going. We're going to put some retaining compound. Okay, had I not reamed this frame out, I would have to stand on this thing right now. I would be giving it all my might. This would be trying to spin. I'd have my buddy over here holding on to it, and there'd be some prayer and some consternation. Of course, you can hear that noise. As people who are fans of these videos know, that is the Loctite, or in this case Vibratite 530, is lighting off. And you see we've got the module flange has touched on the bottom. There's a slight gap at the top. That's okay. That's just the way this goes. All right, give it a little snuggy snug. And it might have a little gap on one side. The reason for that is because this frame shell is not square. Okay, it's not square like this. It's kind of like this a little bit. So our module is all one piece, so the flange is not going to conform to that because it's going in straight perpendicular through here. So when it touches in one spot, it's done. All right. This is actually really cool. I've done a post about this recently. It's really cool to see when the module's like that. If this was a two-piece system, whether it screws together or whatever, which the screw-together ones have play in them, they can actually conform to that, or a two-piece system, it will conform to this out of square state, and what you'll end up having is bearings that are in there at an angle, and then when you try to put the spindle through there, you've got one bearing at one angle, one bearing at the other angle. The spindle's trying to make them both run straight, and that's why those bottom brackets don't spin. In the next video, we're going to install the crank.